feel kind of naked this year not having any nukes going into winter. Well, no, not nukes, but nukes. These are my nukes. Not set up as nukes. Built my nukes into 10 frame equipment this year. Just because. And I want to tip some back to see where they are at. Do you like to do the honors? Which one? It's just random hives. Let's tip. Let's do this really crusty one over here.
This one or that one?
This one. We could do that one too. Let's do this one. Show us what you got. Nice and heavy anyways. I think they're set up for winter. Oh,
there's bees.
Gobs of bees. I just love it when they drip from the frames like that when we pull them back. We're gonna have a heck of a time. So we have blank spots throughout the apiary, probably about 10%, what's the math? Maybe 15% cull. So I have empty spots all through my yards I have to fill in. And I'm gonna use another nuke yard to fill them in, but let's tip this one back. The problem is I'm using these bottom boards, and how do you transfer boxes like that? Gobs of bees in the bottom is going to be real annoying. Maybe I'll have to wait when it gets cold to tighten them up a little bit. Do we have a blue box? Let's tip back a blue box here. I didn't get a lot of honey off these nukes this year. Oh, that looks so good. Mostly because instead of building them into the smaller equipment, whereas they immediately go up to give me a honey crop, I built them out late for one thing too. Built them out in single boxes to use up comb, so they spent more time building sideways before they went up, and by the time they started going up, the honey flow was practically done. So I yielded, well, this yard I yielded about 2 or 3 boxes because we had a sunflower field close. Let's do, here's another crusty one. Let's do that one. For the most part though, let's do both of them. That'd be, most part we only yielded about a box of honey off our nukes. So they brought my average down this year. Nice and nice. But if I exclude the nukes from my averages, boy, we're sure disrupting them, eh? One more, we'll tip one more back. Says my tired back. Gobs of bees. That's an advantage of building them out in single equipment, is you end up with these fantastic little hives when they're not so little. Whew, pissed. Going into winter. And it goes a little bit against my strategy, but it is what it is. I'm definitely not going to complain about that. But like I was saying, if I take the nukes from my colony production average, if I take them out of the equation, then my honey yield per colony on the production colonies are actually bumper crop, which is good. But if I put my nukes into that equation, then it brings it back down to average. So I'm not going to complain about that after the spring we went through this year. We've got them up to shape, right on time. And these nukes, they mated. I mean, what kind of success? We're looking at a very high success rate on the nukes. I don't think we called many out this spring.
Yeah, this spring.
Or this summer, I should say, because we drifted right into July with them. I guess we'll see next year with their performance. But I like to raise them in smaller equipment. That's my strategy, because a smaller box, smaller hive, less investment, I can get more production on them. And then we kind of save that queen for next year, whereas maybe she's built a larger nest than she typically would have in a smaller box. So we might be using her up a little bit more, but we're using her up a little bit more, I guess, on the flip side, to winter a larger nest. So it's all about trade-offs, right? looking good. Can you crack a top? I see them on those strips. Gobs of bees. Gobs of bees. Just about fed up. We're going to start weighing them next week just to see whereabouts we're at. They're on these strips. We'll give it a pull strip out to see if they're gumming it up. We're 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, they're not too bad. There's still lots of strip there to walk on. That's good. Middle of next month, I think we'll start pulling strips second week of October, just to stay timely. We'll do some more washes at that time to make sure that we've cleaned them up. And then it'll be straight into, actually I'll be pulling the strips. I'll get you to do the oxalic acid round is what the plan will be. Hit them once, and if the weather allows, maybe hit them twice. Ran out of foamies on this yard. This is another nuke yard. This is a late built nuke yard. They produced me a box of honey. They're just finishing off the nukes. Just a few more foamies to go. Nice. Nicely clustered. They're certainly slow, kind of like me this morning. On their second cup of coffee, I think. I like having these foamies on my colonies when we crack the lids. When it's colder, they don't seal up the crack very quickly, and it leaves opportunity for draft. If you eliminate draft, that's nothing. And if we can eliminate the draft, maybe we'll help eliminate some of the stress. We're going to see sun today. There's blue sky. Beautiful. Spending the last little while shaking out flag colonies. It's kind of nice looking into consistently huge. Can you crack that lid? I have a feeling these guys are built right for the lid. And they have. Little buggers. We are going to disturb them. We'll just leave the comb on that and then we'll crawl their way back in. Okay. We're leaving you alone. Well, that's a good one.
Very big.
Very big. That The sun is just fighting to come through. Oh, feels like fall. Looks like fall. It's the last yard that needs, just a few hives need some foamies. There's a very nicely well-defined winter cluster. Nice and nice. There, I tip them back. I'll tip the pallet. Oh, they need more feed. They will get it next week with the sunshine. Oh, they're a little heavier. Feel the warmth off that cluster. I think that's it for foamies. Oh, here's one. Picture perfect. A little off center.
More bees on this side.
More bees. Oh, this one too. I don't know why there's only half of them that have both foamies. Yeah, they could use a bit more feed. That is next week in the sunshine, so the weather forecaster promises. Yeah, these four need foamies over here. Christmas morning. There it is. Oh, there's a dandy frame there. Whoa!